Hello everyone. Today is the start of a new series of videos. These videos will build up on all the videos I already made and all the discussion I already had. And today I'm going to start talking about AI agents. So previously I made videos about the components that together can be comprised in different ways and can have different functionalities. But by themselves, let's say they are just small individual components. For example, if you look into LLMs, which are large individual components, large language models, but still, large language models, they just take some input and produce some output. And that's more or less it. They cannot interact with the outside world. They cannot get new data in, and they cannot interact with the outside world normally. If you look, for example, in regs do extend this functionality, but still regs are also just a very simple way to interact with the outside world. And today I'm going to start talking about agents, and agents actually are extending this functionality of LLMs to be able to properly interact with the outside world. Now, agents are a very complex topic, and I will talk about agents in several videos, starting slow and then going to more and more complex agentic systems. And today I'm going to start talking about basic agents in Azure, and this is how we're going to start. So, what do agents do? Well, agents, they have, you can see them as a human being. It has a brain, but then it also has some actuators like hands and legs, arms, that can do things. So the brain thinks, and then you have the actuators that do things. So you can look agents in a similar way. So the agents use LLMs or SLMs, some language models as their brain, but they can also perform activities that need to be performed to have more complex interactions, let's say, to do more complex functionalities. So an agent could, for example, read a file from a computer, and then LLM could process that file, and agent could save a processed result to a computer, or the agent could, for example, get user input and then understand that he needs to get some information from the internet and then search the internet and then return the result to the user. So you can see it like that. The agents are a combination of LLMs plus additional functionalities. So today I'm going to talk about agents in Azure AI Foundry, and I will talk about the basic agents plus maybe a little bit more complex, but I will not talk about all the details of agents that can be performed in Azure AI Foundry. So in order to access agent in Azure AI Foundry, you need to be in a project. So in here I have a project which is called Hub Project, and agents are just an option on the left. Now, I already made a few agents, and actually I will show you how the agents work on these examples. But you can quite easily make new agents. You can click a new agent, you can make a new agent, and if you click a new agent, you get more or less the same thing as you would when you click on this agent. So when you click on the name of the agent on the right, you get the information about this agent. So each agent has an ID, yeah, you can just ignore this more or less. Then it has a name. Now this is important, so it should be clear, and it should be something that is understandable enough so that people who will also work in these agents know about what this agent is or what it does. Then each agent connects to some kind of OpenAI resource, and these OpenAI resources are actually part of your Azure Foundry provided resources. So this is my Azure Foundry resource. Then each agent needs to be deployed on an LLM, and that is actually the brain of the agent. This is the large language models that these agents will use to work. Then an agent has an, let's say, instruction set. So in here, this is where this is like a prompt that you make to describe exactly what the agent should do. Yeah, it's like a system prompt for your agent. So this agent is, for example, underwriting agent, and it says you are helping agent, helping your employees to get company policies on the underwriting. You must consult other knowledge to get information, and do not get any information that is not grounded in the supplied knowledge. So this is a very strict agent, and actually in here these are just instructions, and I mentioned some knowledge, so we'll come to that very, very soon. Then there is an agent description. This is just additional description which will not be taken into account when during agent processing, but it could help whoever is, let's say, investigating this agent. It could help that person or an automated system to understand what this agent does. Then you have the knowledge. What is knowledge? Well, the knowledge of the agent is like this retrieval augmented generation files. So it's a additional knowledge that this agent can use to come to its answers. And if you click on add knowledge, you see that there is a lot of different data sources already, and I think that Azure will extend this list in the future even more. So, for example, you can have the files, you can have Azure AI search, you can get data from Fabric, from SharePoint, from Bing search, from TripAdvisor, or from Morningstar. Now, setting this up is not trivial. So this is you can see this agent says, let's say, low coding application or low coding solution, but setting these things is not so easy. Setting files is reasonably easy, but setting all of these other things is not. But for this purpose, I set it up some files, and actually I will show you how the files are being set. So this is the vector store. So as we discussed some time ago for the regs, there is a vector database that files get chunked into, and I uploaded one example file that was actually generated by that I found on the internet, but I cut it down and processed it also through GenAI. And in here, this is a vector store. This vector store actually you get for each agent, you get one free vector store up to 1 GB, and then after that you need to pay for the storage. And then you can remove it, delete it. You can upload local files, and these files get chunked, and then these chunks are used to ground the results that agent is giving. So this is some kind of knowledge. Now, as I said, agents, they also can perform actions, and these actions can be different things. And this part also is also not so easy to use, and these actions will be extended, I believe, in the future. For now, there is a code interpreter that you can say, okay, now the agents can read and interpret information from data sets. So you can see it like reading the data from files and then creating graphs and charts. Then Open API 3.0. So let's say you have your own API and you want to connect agents to it. So you can specify connections in Open API 3.0. And then you can connect agents to Azure Logic Apps, which are applications that run on Azure and can perform different functionalities. And as I said, this, for example, lacks MCP servers that are one much popular way to set up agents. And actually, MCP servers, if you look into the documentation of this, there is MCP servers, but in here I don't see them. So yeah, maybe in the future I will make some more complex agents, and then MCP servers will come through here, or maybe they can go and be set up to some of these other options. In this moment, I did not want to set up an MCP server. And then you can set some model settings. So these are temperature and top P. And actually you can control your agents by voice. But the idea with agents is that the agents are, let's say you set them up, you test them, you see that they are working fine, and then you use them through, you deploy them and then use them through API, and they are managed by Azure. Now, let's try. So if you click on the Try and Playground button, this actually connects to the agent. Yep. And then you can say, okay, tell me about hockey. Well, and this agent should say, well, no, I can only help you about company policies and underwriting. So you see that the instructions are working fine and that we are getting a correct result. So let's say, tell me about underwriting. And then you will see that it will now give us some information, and you see that it actually will ground these in these in the document that I added, which is very nice. So this is now a basic agent, and I actually made underwriting agent. I made know your customer agent very similarly, but with know your customer information. And then I actually wanted to show a slightly more complex agent, and this agent is actually using the know customer agent and underwriting agent. Yeah. So this main agent, you can see that this is something where your let's say your employees are coming in to some kind of shared space where they can get knowledge about how your company functions, and then they can ask about customer, they can ask about underwriting, and they can ask about a lot of other things. And then this main agent is a basic orchestrator that decides which other agent will be called. So and this is the instructions, and you are the agent helping the employees of the company orient themselves. Now again, this agent then you could make a lot of more agents for different, let's say for onboarding, for some kind of HR related stuff, for health related stuff, etc., etc. This agent could just connect to the other agents. And actually, each connected agent, you say, okay, this is the agent I want to connect to, this is the unique name, and then it says whenever the employee wants to know something about know your customer procedures, activate this agent. So this is a way that you tell the main agent to activate a specific sub agent, let's say. Now this agent also can use code interpreter, so I made it slightly more extensive such that it can also let's say make the charts, for example, and it also uses another type of knowledge. So in the previous one we had the knowledge being text files, and this one uses Azure Search. So and this is Azure Search. So I have already, or I had an Azure Search component, and then I connected here to it, so you can also put documentation in Azure Search. Yeah, and then in here you can from your agents you can access this Azure Search. Azure Search is in a sense also a vector database. So yeah, again, this is a free search, very, very small, but it's up to the point. It's just something to show that this can be done reasonably easy. So this will be it for today. And in the next few videos, I will expand on this knowledge and show different ways to set up agents, to connect them, and to work with agents. Thank you very much, and see you next time.